So I'm sitting here in the dark, just the light from the window coming in to answer another subscriber question. And this is one that I have begun to detail in my written Revelation study because it introduces itself as pertinent to Revelation in Revelation 4:3. And I have to this point written about Revelation 1 through Revelation 4:4. So I did briefly introduce this, and this is the concept of the bow in Revelation. Now, there are two different bows that are mentioned in the book of Revelation. The rainbow, which is mentioned in Revelation 4:3 and Revelation 10. This is when John is called up to heaven to witness the things of the hereafter. He sees the throne and one who sits on the throne, in sight like unto a jasper and a sardine stone, and there is a rainbow round about the throne, in sight like unto an emerald. I have discussed that at great length in writing and probably here on YouTube that is representative of the new covenant. We know this because it's in sight like unto an emerald. From the Old Testament imagery where things originate and then transition to the New Testament, the emerald was one of the 12 stones in the breastplate that the high priest wore, each stone representing the 12 tribes. The jasper, the sardine, and the emerald are all in that breastplate. Sardine or sardius was the first, representing the first tribe. Jasper, the last, representing the last of the 12 tribes, Benjamin. And the emerald is the fourth stone listed, representing the fourth of 12 sons, who is Judah. The new covenant is in sight like unto, or the rainbow is in sight like unto an emerald because it represents the new covenant, which is mediated by the high priest from the tribe of Judah, Jesus. So we're talking new covenant imagery in the throne room, but it does have a start in the Old Testament. It transitions to the New Testament and has different components, one of which is related to the high priest / priesthood. In the Old Covenant, it was Levi. In the New Covenant, it's Judah. In the Old Covenant, it was the sons of Aaron, according to the tribe of Levi, who represented the priesthood. In the New Covenant, it's the royal priesthood, sons of God through Christ. All of this has been discussed and will continue to be discussed. It is available in writing. In the link below, academia.edu, a study of the revelation of Jesus Christ. But I have gone through this at length. However, back to the rainbow / bow. There are, and there's another instance of the rainbow in Revelation 10. For its own purpose in understanding who this mighty angel being described is. But he's got a rainbow on his head. And that lends back to Revelation 4:3's imagery. However, there is another bow in Revelation 6:2. Before we get too deep into, well, how do you know that a rainbow or a bow represents a covenant? Well, because the Old Testament tells us that it does. And this comes from language used in Genesis 9 post-flood, when they exited. words are hard. When they exited the ark after the flood, God put a bow in the sky. Reference Genesis 9:13. I do put my bow in the sky, as a symbol for a token of a covenant that he would never destroy the world with water again. And that was to be a visible sign, a visible reminder to God, yes, to the people and to the animals of this unconditional covenant to never destroy the world with water again. So the bow is representative language that a covenant is present. And yes, we know it today as the rainbow, but it is called the bow. Hebrew word kesheth translates in the New Testament via word study, interlinear word study, to the Hebrew word taxan. And that is found one time only in the New Testament, in Revelation 6:2. The bow that the rider on the white horse, seal 1, comes with is indicative of a covenant. Now we know that the rainbow in Revelation 4 and 10 represents the new covenant. So which covenant would you suppose that the bow in Revelation 6:2 represents? Well, which covenant is the end times covenant prophesied in the Old Testament? Daniel 9:27. He shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. That is bookmarked to Revelation 6:2 by virtue of the bow imagery. That bow imagery is used to tell you that a covenant is in place. And the 70th week, per Daniel 9:27, has begun with the rider on the white horse. So yes, the bow it has nothing to do with being arrowless or being a weapon or anything like that. It's literally Old Testament imagery that comes from Genesis 9:13 to tell you that a covenant is in place. Which covenant? Well, you have to study other Old Testament prophets to tell you which covenant is relevant to the end times. And Daniel 9:27 is that. So the question I got was related to what that is and word studies and things like that. So again, you guys keep the questions coming, keep the feedback coming, and I will do my best to answer it. But that is what the bow and the rainbow in Revelation 4 and 10 and Revelation 6 mean, as they are indicative of covenants, and which covenants bear out in the other imagery or prophecies that are present to help us understand context. If you have any other questions, let me know. See you later.